YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Ray. I'm the original ordinary guy, back again with another video for you fellas, man. Remain sober, remain vigilant, fellas. They go hand in hand, really. But I encourage you guys to put any of the things that are intoxicating you, whether it's spirits, of any sorts, or of any type of drug, mostly weed, any type of hard drug. I'm not gonna say it, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. I encourage you guys to keep away from it and keep away from those that indulge in it in an abundance. They're not in their right mind. They're not in their right, masculine essence. It's taken away from their testosterone as we speak. Those things can really zap your energy away from you. They can really zap your juice, your oomph to life. And I understand some people, they depend on those type of things. They depend on when they get off of work. It's been a hard day, 10 or 12 hours of work, that, I need to get a drink, or I need to smoke something, or shoot something, or be around something, even just being around it a lot. I know sometimes you can't help it because of who your friends are, and y'all might be in certain circumstances or places, but it's always important that even if you're around those folks, you remain vigilant, ready at all times, so you don't have to get ready. I'm always ready. I'm always in a right mind. I always, I'm paranoid, damn near almost, but in a good way, in a trustworthy way. I'm paranoid for not only for myself, but for those around me if I am not, in an area where it's just me. I'm also paranoid and aware for others. I'm always putting my back to on the opposite side where the door is, where the entrance is. Or I'm, turning my chair in order to see the door. My eyes are active. I'm not distracted by my phone. That's why I see a lot of guys now, there's no vigilancy. We're out in the open. We're out here in the open on roads, and we're looking down on our phones. How are you vigilant? How are you aware? You have a drunken mind. You have an unsobered mind. You have drunken tendencies. That's feminine. You just go off your feelings. You don't think. You don't strategize. Remain vigilant, fellas. Remain ready. Be ready so you ain't got to get ready. I'm ready. Something pop off right now. If I get my ass whooped, I'm ready to recover. If I'm whooping ass, I'm ready to hand it out. I'm ready to go for combat. I'm ready. When you go to clubs, or when you go to places, or when you go to bars or out to eat, remain vigilant, sober. Nah, I don't need a drink. Nah, I don't need to smoke. I don't need to smoke before we eat or after we eat. I'm good. I'm cooling. I'm about to have as much fun as you being sober and vigilant while you're being drunk and delirious and unaware of your surroundings. I'm not saying don't go have a good time. I'm not telling the guys to not do that at all. I'm going to have a good time. I always have a good time. But I can have a good time when I'm sober. I can have a good time while being vigilant. That's why I have a good time, because I worked on myself. I actually like the person I am. I don't have to, shadow it up. I don't have to cover it up with drinking. I don't have to cover it up with smoking mirrors. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to. I'm comfortable with, okay, this is the guy I want to take out into the world. This is the guy I've been working on to take out into the world. Why not? Why not display that? Why would I cover that up by something that's not supposed to be in my body? Now, let's talk about the testosterone. Look at the feminine guys, man. Look what they're doing. And when I say look what they're doing, it's not like you're going out and seeking them. They're in your face because it's majority of men. I got guys at my job right now, they vape inside the building. What are you vaping inside of the building for? Low testosterone, low IQ, low brain cells, low awareness, not vigilant at all, can't trust them on the battlefield. I don't trust you guys. You guys are not, some of the guys are not to be trusted because they're not sober. How are you not sober when it's time for war? That's why a lot of guys are drunk. That social media can get you drunk too. Let's talk about it. That social media, that porn can get you drunk as well. Mess up your brain cells, mess up your eyes, mess up your ambitions in life, mess up your key to success. It can tear you down. It can make you its slave. They go to the house, the video games, the beer, the liquor, the weed, the other hard drugs, The unsolicited, things that you do yourself, disclose, or, let's disclose. I ain't gonna touch too much on that. People do what they do. I've heard things and I've seen things, and it's treacherous. It hurt my eyes to see. I'm not gonna lie. It hurt my soul to see as well. See people drink their problems away. I never understood that. Drink their problems away, smoke their problems away, and then when they get sober, because you obviously have to come down, the problem is still there. But if you remain vigilant and sober and eyes wide, you get the job done every single time. You won't fail. You can't fail because you're aware. You know what I'm saying? You're attentive. Your attention is locked in on what the problem is at hand. And that's why I remain sober. I haven't drunk no liquor in about 4 to 5 years. I haven't smoked no weed or did any edibles in about 4 years, almost 5 years. And my awareness is key. And people understand that when you become sober, you become more aware. Like the things around you become more evident. Because when you wasn't sober, it blocked things out. It numbed a lot of stuff. I can't trust a lot of people, man, because they're not sober, man. They're not ready. They're not combat ready. They're distracted. I'm supposed to trust you. Can't hold conversations with half of the people in the world today because they're distracted. On their phones 24/7, driving on dangerous highways. Not looking out for the people behind them, on the left or right or in front of them. That's stupidity, man. You're setting yourself up for a dangerous game that you will lose. No matter how much you think you're winning, you will end up losing. And you will lose big, like I did. I lost big. I've been drunk, high, and the next morning, I don't know what's going on. I'll tell y'all a little story, man. I was in college. This is probably my 3rd year. I was a junior in college. And I was at a college at HBCU called Cheney University. And the rapper, French Montana, was coming to our schools. I was lit. French got some high music. This is around 2013. No. This is around 2014 or 2015. So he's lit. He's just not coming in. He got hella singles. He just signed a Bad Boy and things of that nature. So I go to the concert and I end up blacking out. Big blackout, right? So I wake up, there's throw up on the ground, my eye hurt, and my lip is bleeding. So I go to brunch with the fellas, and they were like, bro, you a wild boy, man. You a wild guy. They started showing me videos of me picking women up, thrusting them in the air. Didn't know I did that. Slapping women on their ass and just being very vulgar with the women at the concert. They were with it, but I didn't know I was doing it. I wasn't aware of what I was doing. I was groping women that had boyfriends, and it was crazy. And then I was like, bro, how did my eye hurt? And I said, oh yeah, bro, you got in a fight with the security guard. Y'all was throwing hands. I said, what? I said, nah. They said, yeah, you was throwing hands with the security guard. I said, how the hell do I remember none of that? To this day, I don't remember visibly throwing hands with the security guard. The only way I know it's true is because when I walked back into my building after brunch, the security guard dapped me up and said sorry. He said, man, I shouldn't have acted like that. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? But the homie just told me that this confirmed it, so I just dapped him up and said the same thing. I was like, oh yeah, bro, no hard feelings, you know what I'm saying? I see he had a shiner right here, you know what I'm saying? Then he said I hit him in the ribs real hard. So I had a busted lip and my eye was hurting. He had a shiner and some bruised ribs. So we was really throwing down. But I don't remember not one punch being thrown, and I don't remember feeling not one punch. I don't remember getting to my room. I don't ever want to feel like that ever again. I don't ever want to feel like that ever again. And I've had many stories after that too, but that was one of the ones that stuck out to me. Like, wow. And of course, being a dumbass at the time, I drank and smoked again until, like I said, 2019-ish, 2020-ish, I gave it all up. And 2021, I gave up THC altogether. I wasn't vigilant. I wasn't prepared. Even though I was throwing them dukes, even though I was throwing them hands, imagine if I was sober, I would have whooped them. You know what I'm saying? Probably thank God, I wasn't sober because I really would have whooped them. But Me being sober, I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't defend myself if he was really like that. I would have got knocked out, embarrassed, all that. All that. And I've been in situations, I'm vulnerable. I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to be vulnerable through substances that are outside of me. Nah, bro. I can't let my testosterone go like that. That's killing, that's draining your testosterone every time you do that. And I won't go for it. I refuse. So I encourage you guys to remain sober, remain vigilant, be aware of what you got going on. Be ready to fight, man. Physically, mentally, spiritually, all that. Them drinks, them drugs ain't no joke. You think you just doing it for recreational purposes, for fun, just to go out with the crew, go out with the ladies, just go have fun until you start depending on it. And that's where it becomes your downfall, all right? A little bit of a warning, a little bit of advice, and a story time for y'all, man. Y'all got blessed because I'm blessed. That's another day in reality for your ass. Love.